I think this is enough cans, guys.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another Fridays with the Fam. Mila knocked out like 5 minutes before we decided to get in front of the camera, so
And right
Mila missed out.
now
It's 7:47 p.m. Central Standard Time here in Houston. You know, the city, our hometown that got affected by all the flooding, by all the aftermath of, you know, the Hurricane Harvey. It landed in Rockport, and all the heavy bands pretty much just poured out with no mercy on Houston. And it's only been the last 2-3 days that we've actually been able to kind of get out the house. We've just been surrounded, so
yeah.
definitely keep your prayers, thoughts, and your condolences for condolences for everyone affected and those that lost their lives here in the city. So it's been very hard time for the city as a whole, and even for us, even the ones that didn't necessarily get directly affected in terms of flooding or tornadoes. You know, we can't get out the house. Everything's flooded. Everything's either closed or they're understaffed, so there's no one, or they're in shelters. So it's been crazy.
Also, a big issue with people that are in their homes and not in shelters are the grocery stores are having a hard time restocking because our port is closed and there's not a lot of ways you can get into the city because our major highway I-10 was very badly
flooded and
affected.
A lot of sections of it. Also, they're saying, you know, since, you know, here in Houston, the Port of Houston is the largest petrochemical complex in the world, and obviously there are a lot of our gas import and processing goes in through there. So, you know, a lot of people are saying that there is a shortage of, there's going to be, and supposedly there isn't, according to experts, whatever that means. But yeah, there's gonna be a fuel shortage, I'm sure of that.
Right now, I mean, yesterday an official came on the air and said there is no gas shortage, but that didn't stop people on social media from going
like in other cities like San Antonio, Dallas, Austin,
from going into a panic and causing a gas shortage that way because you can't refuel a gas station, you know, immediately. You know, those trucks have to come in.
In case you don't know, a gas station actually gets refilled between 2 to 3 times a week. So imagine that, you know, a lot of gas stations haven't been able to get that resupply, you know, so who knows? It may or may not be true. It may depend by, you know, the town you're in or city you're in. So there's that. So it's been definitely a hard time here. So we've been stuck home, but that's fine. I've just been able to get as much done as possible.
Yeah, today Jeff stayed home, but I went and I helped in both shelters today. Actually, in the morning around 8, we went to the NRG Center, and then around 2 we went to the George R. Brown, and they're vastly different shelters. There's a lot of people in George R. Brown, I think, because it was the first one that opened, and NRG was the overflow shelter.
And it was only supposed to hold like 5,000 people, but ended up holding like a little over 10,000 people. I don't know about the current status, but
it was at 10,000 people 2 days ago. Currently, it is at a little bit over 8,000 people. There are about 3,000 people at NRG. But during the day, you don't see all of those people because, you know, some of the people that had been volunteering and that work at the shelters were telling us that a lot of people go home during the day to clean up, and then they return at night, like after 5 or when the sun goes down, so they can sleep there because they still don't have a place to sleep.
But yeah, we're glad we did everything to prepare and everything to be able to, you know, just prepare if we were going to be stuck here at home for a couple of days, which we did. So that's great. And for Mila, you know, she has no idea what's going on. It's just rain to her, you know, she thinks it's just rain and wind. So
for us, I was hearing on the news that there was a storm to watch in the Gulf, and I don't take those, you know, threats lightly.
We're still in the middle of hurricane season. It ends at the end of November or beginning of November 1st or
me and Jeff. I don't know if you were following us on Instagram stories, but on Monday,
I kind of went a little off.
on Monday of last week, we had bought 4 cases of water and
No, we bought 5, and then
5 cases of water.
we
and
ended up having like 7 or 8, and we just had a lot of canned food, everything. So we prepared very well.
Yeah,
We were glad
early
for that.
on.
Batteries, portable chargers, everything
Gas.
charged, gas.
we had gallons of gas.
Which was hectic, you know. So basically, you know, because the storm grew so fast, everyone only had like basically a day or
And
a couple of
also-
hours after getting off of work to prepare.
Yeah, also
So,
people that actually physically work at like normal 9 to 5 jobs, they
Yeah.
didn't let them go till Friday at noon to go and prepare for this
and
storm.
then people had to go pick up their kids if they have kids, go prepare and everything. And if they were gonna evacuate, they had to do all of that and evacuate if they had the chance or they had the means to do so. A lot of people didn't because they can't, and a lot of people didn't because a lot of people have just been able to survive and made it through all the previous storms. So, but this one was, you know, much worse.
My mom was telling
unprecedented.
me at the grocery store, since there was 2 kinds of people that you saw. You saw people that were there because they know they needed to get supplies, but they really didn't know what they needed to buy. And then you had other people that were panicking and they were just grabbing everything. But our neighborhood, thank God that none of the water, flooded the streets, because we have so many.
We're getting work. It was getting close, but thankfully, our daughter is safe, and the rest of our family was able to stay, in the comfort of our home, without having to worry much. So
Yeah.
that's what matters to us, and taking care of our daughter, babies, and everyone else. So that's good. So that's what's been going on with our family here. So I know we talked a lot about the hurricane because it was very devastating, very
yeah.
catastrophic for our city. I was born and raised here. Ashley's lived here pretty much nearly her entire life, so at least half of it, or if you want to get technical. Yeah.
At least 15 years I've been here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely. Hopefully, Mila missed out again on this on Fridays with the fam again. But we're gonna be able to bring her
Hopefully
back on.
when
Hopefully
she's
she's gonna
awake.
knock out. She always knocks out
Yeah.
at like the wrong times. But I mean, she's
And
hasn't
either
taken her nap.
that, I think last time that we tried to do this video, I was sick, and Amila really wasn't in a good mood. So, and she gets like that mainly because she's so frustrated that she wants to be out of her cast already. And we had.
Oh, that's one thing I did want to point out. Today, actually, yesterday was supposed to be the day
That
where we
she
had to go to the
gets-
doctor to
yeah.
get her cast off. But due to the all the flooding and everything, we had to reschedule. So it's gonna be until another week and a half. So
Yeah.
they want to throw that out to you guys. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, also, if you notice that Jeff tries to talk over me sometimes, and he kind of mansplains.
My thoughts come randomly, so
He mansplains certain things to us, and to me and to
Yeah.
you guys, like, as we're recording this, and I've become so aware of it, like, that I'm trying to say something, and Jeff will, like, take over and talk over me, and that's called mansplaining. It's when a man feels the need to explain things, even though you're trying to explain it.
or sometimes I have very selective hearing, so
You see, he's
I-
doing it right now.
I just I'm like, oh,
Mansplaining.
well, I'm just like I doze off or I'm daydreaming, and then I'm like, oh, I forgot this, but she already mentioned it, so she thinks it's mansplaining, but I
He's
just literally
currently
didn't hear her out.
mansplaining.
Yes. All right, guys.
We're gonna wrap this up. Yeah, so we hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and thank you guys for joining us this Friday.
All right, guys. We'll catch you next Friday. Peace out.
Mila just woke up, like, literally right after we finished recording.
Mila, you missed it.